Buying an older home in Key West, you're interested in purchasing property, but not just any property. You want something old or historic. However, buying a historic property is a little different from buying a regular property. Before you start shopping, there are some special considerations to keep in mind. Buying a historic home can be a thrilling experience. For some, exploring the possibility of buying a house, there is nothing more enticing than an old home, particularly if it's listed on the National Registry of Historic Places and is located in a historic district. Historic homes in Key West have a certain charm and its value is unmatched. With over 100 years of history, these homes have been living with the locals for generations, hosting family reunions at holidays to create memories that last a lifetime. Living in a historic home provides an intimate connection to our past, as well as gives us hope for the future by preserving intact pieces of history which represent who we are and where we've come from. Although many types of houses may appeal to buyers looking for a historic looking home and feel, in the United States, the historic places including homes are determined and then monitored by the National Park Service. The National Registry of Historic Places is a list and currently has 58 properties listed in our district here in Monroe County. Just to name a few of the houses listed is the Eduardo Gatto House, the Ernest Hemingway, and the Dr. Joseph Y. Porter House. Owning an older home is one-of-a-kind experience that can bring lovers of history, art, and architect closer to their community and the past. If you're thinking about purchasing a historic home, read more about the passions that motivate homeowners to buy them. For a niche group of homeowners, historic homes are an emotional investment. Many of these prospective home buyers seek a unique home that they can connect with. It's common for buyers to share a passion for architect or history. So when these buyers look for historic homes on the market, they are guided by those passions and attracted to the charm features that is held true with my buyers. In Key West, if you live in the historic district, you are joining a community that is committed to preservation. When buying an older home in a historic district, a person is not only committing to being a good neighbor, but also a good steward of history. This is a commitment shared by other homeowners to do what it takes to preserve the character and history of the district, even when it will cost them more to do so, and limit certain property rights enjoyed by non-historic homeowners. I'm going to name just a few of the streets, such as Angela, Windsor, Passover, and Thomas. These streets are part of the historic district, and this area encompasses approximately 4,000 acres in Old Town Key West. You will notice on a few of these streets the sidewalk is very narrow, as well as the actual street. Believe it or not, many well-preserved homes in well-maintained historic districts have been significantly outpacing their newer home rivals in value. These homes are often a good investment opportunity for those who want to live in a historic district. Our district is one of the most desirable areas of Key West, but what also comes with living here is having to follow the rules and the guidelines of the Historic Architectural Review Commission, known as HARC, which was created to make sure that the conservation and preservation of the district is enforced. The commission ensures that the character and appearance and integrity of the area stays within their guidelines. This is one of the many beauties of Key West that people fall in love with, is the historic and charm, integrity of our buildings. Today I brought you to one of the oldest buildings right behind me here, this nice tan one. It is located at 600 White Street in Key West, one of the oldest historic buildings. There are many things to consider when purchasing an older home in Key West. One consideration is the cost of restoration or renovation, which varies depending on the style and condition of your home, as well as how much time you want to invest in renovating it. The other thing is to consider whether or not you're planning to live in your home full-time or just part-time during the renovation process. I know when I have a big project going on and I'm physically living in the house, I get a bit on edge and anxious. All the dirt and mess drives me absolutely crazy. I'm always trying to clean up before the job is complete. Plus, if you think a project will take about a month, double the time. I remember putting in glass wall doors in the back of my house, and it took 5 weeks in hot August summer, and my bedroom wall was covered with a Tyvek sheathing, and I remember a big windstorm was coming through, and it was a total shock, and it was so hot in the bedroom, even though the AC was on, blaring constantly. Additionally, you have to consider the higher expense of construction materials these days due to the lack of resources and the lack of workers. Some renovations could take even longer than estimated. These are just some things to consider when you're doing a renovation project. The most important consideration when buying a new or old home is the condition. I once bought a fix and flip, or so I thought anyway, and discovered that all of the bathrooms had to be redone and all of the floors were completely rotted underneath the toilets. Sometimes as buyers and sellers, we can't see under the covering. So now, if I see signs of damage, I always expect the worst. But of course, I've seen a lot through the years in real estate. One more major factor to consider when deciding on your next purchase is the location. Most of the historic homes were built in Old Town Key West, which is the busiest part of town. Do you want to live in this area? It has pros and cons. If you're interested in buying an older home in Key West, reach out. I'm Karriann Graf. Let's discuss your goals and what you're looking for in your new home. Watch more videos about Key West right here. People love what we do, and we do what we love. Until next time, bye for now.